Which leads me to another question, which I never ask any of my speakers during the podcast, but always was kind of, it was always in the back of my mind about the sustainability aspect of haptics, right? Because generally it doesn't look very sustainable at the moment, right? Do you have any ideas? Can we actually make haptic technology sustainable? Maybe if not now, maybe later. What is the way to do that? Considering that now we can't even wash if it's a wearable. I mean, some elements we can, but the main parts we cannot. For instance, we cannot reuse some of the stuff. So
this is a very valid question, I think, and definitely something our faculty works on a lot. So this is, I have to admit, something that in my work has not played a big role, although in the background, of course, there's always the consideration for, what are we actually putting into the world in terms of technology that gets used once and then gets discarded. And many actuators have rare earth magnets or materials that are valuable, right? So it's a very good question, but I also think it's very hard to answer from a technology perspective. I would almost be inclined to say we should maybe have less technology, maybe more meaningful technology, and whether that features haptics or not, I think it could, right? If we can create interactions that are truly valuable and meaningful to people, but that's still something to really surface. I think these kinds of valuable interactions that hopefully people will want to use these products, services for a longer period of time. Than a one-off use as a simple gadget, right?
Right. Maybe some reusable modules or something like that. But yeah, it's definitely something to really think about and something to really concentrate on. I think it's the time to do it because, yeah, even the prototyping process, requires a lot of iterations and basically discarding the electronics parts.
Yeah, so I think if I speculate a little bit, one thing that could be interesting is that, now we have individual actuators embedded in a lot of different devices, right? So your smartphone has a separate actuator, your smartwatch might have a separate actuator, your game controller might have a separate actuator. And you could imagine a situation where you just wear one actuator on your wrist that communicates with all your other technologies and then can take over the haptic function of a whole range of different technologies. Of course, this would require very close connection between these different devices, but you could have a very dedicated haptic wearable that can take over the function of all these individual actuators. So these kinds of thinking processes might be more sustainable, at least.
Yeah, we should write it up. Write it up as idea. Do not forget.